What is up, everybody? It's your Steve here today, and we have to talk about these Sony fanboys still being mad over this Final Fantasy 14 coming over to Xbox. I don't know why they're mad once again. It's not taking anything away from the platform, it's just adding more games to Xbox and Xbox gamers in general. But they are triggered. I did the video yesterday talking about one certain Sony fanboy who was triggered, saying Xbox gamers are not going to play this game. They're not going to buy multiple subscription services, whether it be Game Pass and buy the Final Fantasy online subscription or whatever. But these new Sony fanboys have said, hold my beer, we're going to make even cringier and worse takes than that guy from yesterday. So it's a new line of Sony fanboys who are literally calling Square Enix traitors. Sadly, how easily you sold out to Microsoft. And it's like, really? They're traitors? What? They're traitors now because they literally put games on Xbox. This isn't the worst one. This is not the worst one. It's just cringy, but it's not the worst one. The next person says, this is Xbox saying, welcome to Xbox. And this is the Final Fantasy 14, welcome to Xbox. This one guy says, this is a complete betrayal. The Japanese community probably will turn their backs on Square for this. What? So that's completely dishonorable that they're putting games on Xbox, according to this guy. This is just disrespectful to the PlayStation community and will nuke the sales of the game. Now it's going to tank the game sales. Oh man, where did they get this logic from? Like, what is this? They didn't conclude and it says, we don't want this. Apparently he speaks for the Japanese community, even though he's not Japanese, but he speaks for them though. Make it make sense. We got one person saying they're traitors. This person says they're betraying the Japanese community, and he's not Japanese. You can't make this up. This is like some type of South Park or Chappelle show skit at this point. And like this dude says he betrayed the Japanese community, but he's not Japanese. And he doubles down on the nonsense by saying, Final Fantasy 14 on Xbox is a complete betrayal. I trust there will be a boycott, and I will be the first one. He wants to start a boycott because it's coming to Xbox. It's literally not getting removed from PlayStation. He can play on his PlayStation all he wants or PC. It's literally just coming to Xbox, and he wants to boycott it. Wow, the saltiness is just ridiculous. I am unsubbing from my 5-year sub today. It hurts to do, but I just can't stand the betrayal. What? This guy's a clown. It's like, where do these guys come from? Like, jeez. Microsoft can't keep ruining this industry. Square, I demand you cease and desist. What? He has any power. You have no power. But he says, Square, I demand you cease and desist. This is comedy gold right here. Like, jeez. These guys are just crazy at this point. Like, what the hell is this? They've had MBG saying, because of this news transpired, he says Sony trying to decide if they should just pull the trigger and acquire Square Enix. Yes, because they added games to Xbox, it's going to put more games in the future. Sony should just buy them outright to make their games exclusive. What if this talk about exclusives are bad, exclusivity are bad, console consolidation, that monopoly, the words they just found out and they're just using lately? What about that? I guess it's not bad when Sony gets the companies, huh? It's just ridiculous. Then the last one. This meme is kind of accurate because High on Life just recently came to PlayStation last week or earlier this week. And Xbox Gamer was like, it's kind of cool. The more people get to play this game, it gets to have more funding for a sequel, possibly. So Xbox games are fine with this coming to PlayStation. There was no big uproar. But Final Fantasy 14 coming to Xbox. And this is definitely an accurate representation of Sony fanboys. They are losing their freaking minds about this news. It's like, why? Why are they so triggered when Xbox gamers get more games on the platform? I just don't know. It is bizarre. But let's see what people have to say about this. Bruh, I had a guy calling me a monkey yesterday over video games. Sony fanboys must have been inspired by Frieza calling the Saiyans monkeys. I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on. He speaks for the Japanese community? Apparently so. Even though he's not Japanese, but he speaks from apparently. Bro is definitely in his feels over this. I don't know why they're so upset. And this is definitely the guy who says he's going to do a boycott. Why are you this upset about this? I don't know. When he says Microsoft is going to ruin the industry, so he's one of those like doom and gloomers, like the industry is going to die because of Microsoft or whatever type of people. It's just ridiculous. It's nice to know that Benny Boy over here is the voice of the entire MMO community. Yes, Benny looks like a Japanese spokesperson to me. Once again, this guy's definitely not Japanese. Dude who watched a little bit too much anime and thought he's Japanese, apparently. I don't know. We, the classic scene from Fresh Prince. Like, who is we talking about? Who is we in this situation here? So is this white guy speaking for all of Japan? Apparently so. Maybe it's the Last Samurai situation where Tom Cruise is playing a Japanese samurai. Maybe he is inspired by that. I don't know. Cringiest thing I've seen in a while. Yes. Square Enix are traitors and just betraying the Japanese brand at this point for dealing with Microsoft. You can't make this up here, people. That is just fanboy language for I don't want my PlayStation game on an Xbox console. Once again, it doesn't hurt them in the slightest. They still get to play the same game and more people get to enjoy the game. So I don't know why they're so triggered by this. Just play your game on your system and let Xbox owners have their fun and appreciate what they'll be getting. I agree. I'm guessing the maiden part is a no-go. Benny, speaking on behalf of the Japanese community, right? Baseball. He sounds like the person to be an expert in Japanese culture. Man. This person says the Japanese community has already turned its back on Square Enix given the amount of hate posts from his countrymen that Yoshi P had to read about Final Fantasy 16. For those that don't know what a maiden is, they had just roasting this guy. Jeez. This guy is living year 1600. They're getting upset over a subscription-based live service game that is already on PC and is 10 years old. Like, I can understand that they were removing it from PlayStation and putting it just on Xbox. Then you have a right to be mad, but they are legit seething about a game just being added on to Xbox. And because it's crossplay, you get more players to the ecosystem if you love the game so much. It doesn't make any sense why you're boycotting it or unsubscribing from the subscription service. I'm not getting a correlation here. It's just dumb. This console war gatekeeping is the epitome of being lame. I agree. That's definitely a troll account. So I actually looked at this guy's account. This dude don't sound like a troll. This guy seems like he's pretty legit. This Benny guy. You don't seem like a troll to me. This is like a legit account. So I don't know. I can understand that there's some people who just do parody accounts, but this seems pretty legit to me. Like this dude seriously butthurt. And then the one tweet that he did, this tweet is deleted. He deleted this tweet because of the backlash he was getting. So I think this is a pretty legit account of Sony fanboy. This isn't a troll or parody account. They try to say it's a troll or parody now. This is a legit account who was legit buttered about this news. Dude, the Japanese like a scrawny white boy talking about nuking their community. I don't get the weebs. The fact dudes like this physically exist in reality is just so weird. They need to include some new hobbies. Gaming taking over life is one thing. The fanboy crap is another level. Sony fanboys are just weirdos. Oh, man. So this Benny guy is mad for the Japanese community's sake that a 10-year-old game finally gets support to Xbox. F this app sometimes. Severe mental illness. Sounds like someone is just salty already. What a complete freaking loser. And that's a good summary right there, because I don't know why would you be upset about this. It doesn't make any sense. And then we didn't spend no time on MPG's comment. Square Enix, Sony should just buy Square Enix. Wasn't this the guy talking about the organic growth and nonsense, which that BS scenario that Sony builds their studios organically, so it's not bad if they own all these different publishing studios as the damage control they've been using. Now he's perfectly fine with Sony acquiring Square Enix, which is like really, you have the big hubbub about Microsoft buying companies, but if Sony does it, it's a-okay. It's like, it's just clown stuff right here. That constant consolidation nonsense is complete BS. If Sony does it, it's fine. If Microsoft does it, it's bad. Tencent buys up all these studios. No one freaking cares. It's just when Microsoft buys studios, it's an issue, apparently. They should just say that. I wish they could just stop beating around the bush and just say that when Microsoft buys the studios, they don't like it. Just be outright about it. It's like you don't care about if Sony buys these studios. You don't care if Tencent buys these studios. You don't care if Embracer Groups buy these studios. It's just Microsoft you have the issue with. Just be upfront about it. Ponies are the laughing stock, but let's not forget the clowns on the Xbox side. What is this? I don't even know what this is even going into. No, it's a new level of ponitis. Oh, man. So they're just roasting this guy at this point. So, yeah, these fanboys, Sony fanboys are hypocrites. And it's like, they're calling people traitors and betrayers of the Japanese brand or whatever. It's just so ridiculous. It's like, y'all need to touch grass. It's not that serious. You still get to play these games. And definitely a boycott is not necessary about this news. This should be a wholesome thing right here. But people are just so butthurt and sorry about this. It's ridiculous. But I am going to include it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. So thanks for watching, and peace.